Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Melbourne Stars vs Perth Scorchers game, in which Perth ended up winning pretty comfortably with 30 or 35, 36 balls left, something like that, and winning by 7 wickets over Melbourne, who ended up only scoring 100. They really did not look like in this game at all from the start. I mean, Sammy Harper getting out early, he's just had a horrid run to start the year. No Maxwell for them as well really meant that their batting order was very, very slim. And to be honest with you, I just don't rate their local guys over a lot of the other sides. Have a lot more state players, whereas Stars, it seems a lot of their players aren't even state level, they're local guys. So when you're calling on backups to the local guys, it's sort of already getting down into first grade Premier cricket, and that just isn't really good enough for a BBL side. And also their internationals aren't the greatest, to be honest. But before we get into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, especially because now we've gotten I knew I said it was going to be the last AFL content, AFL fantasy content, but now that we've gotten the app open for all the fantasy classics open for the next season, there'll probably be some content around Christmas just to fill in the holes, especially with the test match going on. There won't be any BBL content to do. Or they'll be limited, so there will be some content on the probably AFL Fantasy, etc. Just an initial draft team, probably just to get one out early, and also just some probably go through the teams early, and then we can sort of do a couple of the 18 teams reviews, etc. across, one in December or January and one in like March. But anyway, that is the, I guess, intro, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Melbourne 101s, Perth Scorchers chase at 3 down. And you have here Sammy Harper got out to Jai Richardson, caught by Josh Inglis in the first over, I believe it is, for 1. He's just looked pathetic. I mean, what did he end up scoring? If you look at, where is he? Down here, he ended up scoring 1, and you look here, and 5 points across the round. He crashed in Bryce. I mean, he crashed. What did you do? Minus 18k. Just absolute crashing, and I don't even know if you want to pick him up for the return for the round 3 when they have the double, as all these guys are obviously on the bye. But yeah, just pathetic from him, to be honest with you. Tommy Rogers, 22 off 17, does get the strike rate 5 bonus, so he got 27, and I believe, did he get a catch in there? No, so he just ended up on a clean 27. So that was all right, a game, and I mean, he didn't crash too much overall, only 7.2k, so he did crash a little bit, but definitely not one that you want to be picking up for their double. It will be interesting if the likes of Mir and stuff, I need to check on Mir and Ralph if they are going to be available in the double, because there is some people that aren't available in their double or leave halfway through the double. I believe one of them is Zaman Khan in his Thunder double, so you just got to be careful about availability, especially with international players and their contract and how long they're there. I mean, I think Dawson is one as well that leaves halfway through the double, so you don't want to be picking him up. I think that would be a very, very big mistake doing that. Bo Webster, 4 of 6, he'll get better. I think he just just played a really dumb shot in the end off Behrendoff, and that really started Behrendoff's climb. I mean, we saw one of Behrendoff overs get 86 fantasy SuperCoach points in itself, which sort of was more than pretty much the whole batting lineup for Melbourne. But yeah, that just sort of started the rock. I believe he got out in the 3rd or so over. Was it 3rd? 2nd over. 10 balls in, and he's already out in there 2 for 10 off 10 balls. Not the best start. Stoinis, just not the good fantasy pick anymore. Just not good enough. Well, he did bowl this game, but that was because he was captain. Maxi's overs weren't there. And 13 off 20, just got the 13 points and maybe a couple dot balls. Yeah, a couple dot balls for him there, so he got to 16 in the end, as you can see here, 13, and then the 4 dot balls and 1 bonus, 1 taken away from extras. Hilton Cartwright, 24 off 18, 133, so he gets a 10 plus 24, so he ended up 34, and then he took a catch as well to get up to 44, so he actually had a decent output across the 2 games and jumped up 15k. So he might be one if you look at in the Stars double in round 3, but I think you're gonna just look at Mir, Ralph, Steckedy, and Maxwell in that range. And you might also go light on Stars players just because they are so bad at the moment, and you almost bet against them. Then you have Nick Larkin, a duck. Just don't know why he's batting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's batting 6. Don't really think there's much value in him batting 6, to be honest. And I think when Maxwell will come back and then Stoinis will bat 5, Cartwright batting 6 or something like that. I think that's the lineup that you'll get. Miolo, 5 off 6. Again, Josh Inglis off Jai Richardson bowling, got him out. And yeah, 5 off 6 did nothing really. Liam Dawson, almost top scored with 22 off 22, so run a ball 22 for him. Did all right, but yeah, there wasn't much going for him, obviously, and probably should have done better than what he did in the end. 22 run a ball, probably could have gotten himself 30 or so off 22 rocks, to be honest, and gotten that strike rate bonus, but 22 with what he did with the ball, I believe he took a wicket with the ball. If you see here, yeah, he took a wicket with the ball and got an economy rate bonus somehow, and yeah, a catch as well helped for him, and we'll get to that. Usman Amir, first ball, I mean, he's better than that, and I think he'll be better in the when they have the double. I mean, he's still got 46 points, which I believe is just below his average, as he got 10 points in the first game and 46 in the second. So I think he can push it up a little bit better. I think 28 average is not going to be what he sits at usually. So I think he'll do better, and I think he's one that you can consider if he consider for their double. But they do have in the double the 2 Sydney sides. Sydney Sixers aren't the best players of spin, especially a mystery spinner with their middle order. So you could consider that as well. And then we move down to Usman Amir. We talked about Joel Paris, just got out. And then Harris Ralph stayed in for a little while, got 8 runs, and then got out to Hardy in the last over off Nick Hobson. Then we moved to the bowling side of it, and Jai Richardson, 4 overs, 2 for 20, 1 wide, 15 dot balls. It just shows the power of him. I think he didn't even do nothing with the bats, and only 2 wickets with the ball. He was so close to getting a third one there as well, and that would have got him, 105. The thing about Jai Richardson is he has the ability, pretty much any game, to get close to, if not more than 100 points with just the ball alone, which is just ridiculous. I mean, look at this output from Behrendoff, and then you have the extra 10. If he'd gotten another wicket, he would have got 105, and then Behrendoff also had a maiden. He could have, I think Richardson had a 1 run over, which could have easily been a maiden. And that would have put him about 120 with the ball, and that just shows how powerful he is. And then he can also smash it with the bat. So not to worry about him, and he's just a game breaker. And you'll see what I have in plans store with him, as there is he is one of the crucial pieces in this trade period that I'm sort of doing between round 2, between 1 and 2 rounds. So then we go on to Behrendoff, and he bowled maiden. He bowled a double wicket maiden, which scored him 86 points. He got the 2 wickets, which is 40. He got the bonus for the 3rd wicket, which is 10 points, getting up to 50. He had a 15 points for the maiden, which gets him up to 65. He also clocked in the economy rate bonus of 15 at the time, so that gets him up to 80. And then he had the 6 dot balls, so that was an 86 point over from Behrendoff, as he removed. If we look here, it was where was it? It was this over here, the 9th over the innings. It went from 3 for 49 to 5 for 49 in the 1 over, and that's how he just got all his points. As he even had a negative last over of, I believe, -4 or something like that, as he lost an economy rate bonus or something like that. As he went for, I think, 4 or something, or 8. I don't know exactly what he went for. No, I think he went for 10 off the last, and he went from, or 11 or 12 off the last, and he went from the 15 economy rate bonus down to 10 or something like that. But anyway, Cooper Connolly, 2 overs, 1 for 11, and I thought he deserved probably to bowl that extra over at the end, or to bowl some more, but Hamish McKenzie became almost unplayable, and that's why I think they took Cooper Connolly off and got some overs into Aaron Hardy, who didn't have the best game, but he sort of resurrected it in some parts. I mean, he got Harris Ralph out, but Harris Ralph is just a number. He's your classic number 11, so it was sort of in the slot, that ball, so most players would have hit that for 6, to be honest, the slower ball, but Hardy did the job there to get the last man. Ended up 1 for 5. Andrew Tyre, 4 overs, 1 for 24, so even a sort of empty game for him, still contributed 43. So it wasn't the worst. He could have easily done a lot more and gotten 2 or 3 there for 20 and taken a catch or 2. Like, that's just how good this Perth Scorchers lineup is. But anyway, let's move over to the Scorchers batting and we'll get through this quickly. Eskenazi, 25, a runner ball, just didn't do anything really. And that 25, I think he added a catch as well. That bobbly catch off Connolly's bowling, I believe it was, if I remember correctly. Yes, it was, to remove Tom Rogers. So he ended up 35, and I think he'll be one to drop when Crawley comes across, as they've just finished their T20 series, I believe. Or they still have like 1 game to play. And so he'll be over soon, I believe, will Crawley. And so he'll play there, probably not. I don't know if he's available their next game or the game after that, as they have, I believe, a double bye. So if I just look quickly at the Perth Scorchers, they have round 2, round 3, then the double bye. So I think he'll be over for round 3, will Crawley. Then they have the double bye, and then they have round 6 double, round 7 double, 8 and 9, I believe, Perth. So I don't think Eskenazi will play more than 1 more game, to be honest with you. I'd be surprised. Then we move on to Cooper Connolly. He did his exact job. 20 off 9 is perfect. That is the 45 point. Got the strike rate bonus as well to on top of his his 26 with the ball, and then took a catch as well, a little bobbly one at the slips. I believe it was one of the Behrendoff ones. Here we go, Nick Larkin, third ball duck, yeah, that one. And he got a catch there to end up 81. So that was also a better decision to go Cooper Connolly over Jake Fraser McGurk, as Cooper Connolly outscored him by 14 in the end. So 14 more points is, at the moment, I believe somewhere around 200 or 200 ranks or so is 14 or so points at this point. As a guy ranked 960 was like 3 points ahead of me, and that's about 40 odd ranks. So 14 points is probably around 250 points, 250 rankings, sorry. Hamish Mackenzie we talked about, he made 77 and so he just was unplayable and has a massive negative break even, so he's going to climb probably, I'd say, to 70k very, very quickly. So for anyone that had him stashed on the bench, that was a really good play, especially if you had Cooper Connolly on one of the other benches. So I mean, there was so many good like 60k guys, 70k guys and below that really made cash. So 20 off 9 for Cooper Connolly. Aaron Hardy, 20 off 15, got the 10 strike rate bonus there, so got 30. I think he ended up with 50 odds, I want to say, maybe 60. 65 for him, 20, 10, 25 and 10. So yeah, he ended up doing all right there. 65 for him is a really good game, and I believe he just went down because of the first game, yeah. Minus 4.1k, so not the worst. And there's a break even of 69, so they'll see him drop another k if he dropped to 65 in the next week. And then you have Josh Inglis here, 17 off 17, a runner ball, just did the job. And sort of killed the game off as Marta Mir actually bowled a really good spell. And if I actually remember correctly now, it wasn't actually that as smooth sailing as it looks on this scoreboard once Cooper Connolly got out, and Eskenazi and Hardy made it look a lot harder. Hardy should have been run out by I think it was Cartwright or was it Nick Larkin? It might have been. There was someone that was about 2 meters away that missed the stumps when Hardy was almost out of the frame. And then Hardy got, I think, dropped twice, or just in front or just over the guy. I think his 6 went just over the guy, and I think he had one of the short cover that just bounced short. So he really got lucky to get to 20. Josh Inglis got dropped by Ralph off Mir, and I think almost got dropped twice maybe, so he was lucky. And then Ashton Turner just came out and blitzed the ball, even though it doesn't really look like he blitzed the ball. For 19 off 17 and just killed the game off, as they won pretty convincingly with 37 balls to spare, chasing down 102. They probably would have chased down 155 with the way that was going, to be honest. 155, 160 probably would have been chased. Stoinis opened the bowling and he just got pumped. I think his first over went for a lot. I think it did, or his second over did. Cooper Connolly got onto the opening bowlers and then got out very, very quickly. I believe Cooper got onto Marcus Stoinis' second over, and that's what went for a lot. Joel Paris, 2 overs, 1 for 17. So yeah, we talked about Stoinis. Joel Paris, 2 overs, 1 for 17, got him about 30 points, I'm guessing. Yeah, 27, all with the ball. And then Harris Ralph, 2 overs, number 14, didn't get that economy rate bonus, which would have only been, 10? It would have been 10 with the 7. So that would have been, 14 points, but ended up with 12, I believe. Yeah, 12 points for him, so not the best effort. Liam Dawson, 3.5 overs, 1 for 30. Snuck in that 5 economy rate bonus as well as the wicket bonus of 20. And then the 6 dot ball, so that was, 31 with the ball. 31 with the ball, it looks, and then the 10 catch and the 22 with the bat ended up 63, but he will be useless because I believe he's leaving in the middle of the double, so you wouldn't want to pick him up for a single game week and have to trade him out anyway because he's leaving. So he shouldn't be picked up by people. And then Usman Amir ended up 1 for 22, 11 dot balls, 5.5 economy rate bonus, which is a 15, 26, 46. So I believe he ended up, just a 46 straight with the ball, which is a fair effort from him. And I think if he can contribute with the bat and get a 20 here or there and really start to and take a couple wickets, which he probably deserved, he could easily end up with an 80 or 90. So I think he is going to be valuable come their double, and we'll just have to probably trade him out straight away, as I believe he leaves on the 28th, which is right after their double, I believe, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I'll have to check in with that, and you'll get that in tomorrow's round review episode, and then I think you'll have trade targets, etc. And you'll probably have break even, some video series on break even, people like something break even bonus or something. With the low break-even guys like Hamish McKenzie, Sweppo, and stuff like that as we go through that. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up the round 1 fixtures game reviews. Yes, we had 5 full games in there and sort of a quarter game as well, or you could say an 8th game actually, because it was about 6 overs that game. And then the complete washout of the Adelaide-Brisbane game. So we got a fair amount of cricket in, not the most, but I think the weather should be turning for the better, hopefully. And round 2, we only have 4 games, the 19th to the 22nd, and then I don't know exactly when round 3 is. Let me just bring it up here. Round 3, I believe, could even be after Christmas, is it? No, round 3 is the 23rd and then the 26th. So 4 games there across 2 days, and then round 4, I believe, starts up the next day. So there's going to be games going quick and fast. So there will probably be more videos on the in those, especially the day between the games, when we're trying to figure out those trades very quickly. But anyway, that is the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.